All right, man. Let's talk about Jaden Ivey being the X factor for the Detroit Pistons for the 25-26 season, and also it's the X factor for him getting the bag. Uh, they worked well together last year when they played. Cade and Jaden Ivey, they were starting to get their footing together, and since the 3 years they both been here, it was either injured, Cade getting injured or he getting injured, and kind of like roles kind of continued to shift between them. Usually when K was out, Ivy was on the point. So it's kind of different for him, and he did a good job. But as a rookie, starting to take care of the ball, finish at the rim. So really, and this is really the issue with basketball today that nobody really talks about, is the inability for players to come into the league and know how to play without the basketball, and not necessarily offensively or just catch and shoot or something like that. You have situations where can you guard? Do you know how to shift to create that little bit of space so two can't play one? You know what I'm saying? Just little stuff, being able to cut, run the baseline, slash. And for bigger staff, his offense, where they moving the ball and stuff, last year Ivy did a lot of spot up, a lot of things, but his offense showcase Ivy really with the ball in his hand, and he just got to protect the ball. He has to protect the ball on this level, be stronger with the ball. He a little bit too reckless with the basketball. You kind of expect that from younger guards, and also a guy of his speed, learning to still play fast but under control. But the jump shot was 40% last year. Now it's really like, can we really get to the rim and finish at the basket, without losing the ball or getting ripped, just taking care of the baby, taking care of the rock. And if he can take care of the rock for the most part, that's about it. I think if he can learn to escape dribble, get a little, 10 to 15 footer, little mid-range, little pusher floater, he's going to be even more dangerous with or without the ball in his hands. So, I think he is the X factor. People can make the case, Stewart is our X factor, especially in the New York series. But I think you can make the case that, yeah, Ivy is, because if he comes in and he's able to shoot the ball and score the ball like we know he can and take care of the ball, really the Pistons, they got the next guy. Then, if Ron or Asar both take the next step, it's just like, it's just like, okay, bet. We made the right choice not going to get a stud or get a superstar. We're going to develop our players. And, for years, Popovich did that. With David Robinson, after David Robinson, with Tim Duncan and David Robinson, after, David Robinson, they did it. They developed Parker, late first round, late first round, Manu Ginobili, middle first round pick, Kawhi Leonard. They developed guys. And if you can develop guys, you won't be around for a long time. Why Golden State won't sustain longer than they are if they don't develop Kuminga, Moody? They won't sustain a winning championship. And so many times, these men that are coaches, or just people in general, they don't have the patience. That's why I always say this: you don't see a lot of men coaching basketball. Teaching. You got to have patience on all levels: high school, middle school, college, elementary school. You have to have the patience. And a lot of guys don't possess the patience. Steve Kerr don't have the patience for Kuminga and Moody. But guess what? Had he had the patience in the beginning and developed them in the beginning, they would be rolling right now. And Steph Curry could be able to hand the keys off to one of those guys. When you allow those guys to sit on a bench and weather and go through the 82-game grind, they lose confidence. You got to think about it. Most of these kids ain't really had no adversity. They've been that guy ever since they grew up. I had that same situation where the going would get tough. I would quit. I didn't want to do it no more. But I was learned through life. Guess what? If you get through that first leg, bam, it's going to be sunshine. Get through that second leg, sometimes you got to tuck your chin and you got to just go right through it. You got to strap your nuts on and just go through the storm. If you keep turning around and going back home, you ain't gonna never level up. So many times these guys don't ever face no real adversity. The parents today want to protect their kids from adversity, But that's the point of letting your son get off the porch and him go run the streets and, get some independence and liberation so he can learn how to deal with different situations. So he can learn to go through the bullshit. When you covet your kids or cover your kids away from the world, you ain't doing nothing. Eventually it's gonna come to your door anyway. And you'd rather them learn how to deal with adversity in pee-wee sports and the classroom, in the streets. You'd rather them learn how to deal with that adversity at this young age than later in life when it's a shock. So a lot of these guys have went through no adversity, but if Ivey can, just be a threat and be a threat offensively, it's over with. It is absolutely over with. If he can be a threat offensively, they're gonna be a tough team to beat. I'll tell you that right now. Asar Thompson, if he can just get some offense shooting wise, Ryan can shoot the ball a little bit. It's all, I'm telling you. All three of them, step it up shooting wise or offensively, it's a wrap. It's a Rizzy. So, and that's my opinion on it, but he is the X factor. He is the X factor. And maybe the injury might slow him down a little bit. Maybe the injury will slow him down a bit. Real talk, the injury may slow him down a bit. But the trajectory that he was on, Pistons might have made it to the finals. They might have made it to the finals. But everything happened for a reason. I'm a firm believer in that. Sometimes it's hard to fathom why certain things happen, but things happen for a reason. I know a lot of people don't believe in God or don't believe in nothing, but I'm a firm believer. Things happen for a reason. It might not add up right now or down, but it happened for a reason. You oversleeping, and not going out that night. Then the club get popped up. Hey, that literally damn near happened to me. One of my homies, it's like 2009 or 10. He we going to Club Ice. I don't know if it was called Club Ice. I think it was called Club Ice at the time, right there on West Chicago and Greenfield. He said, "You trying to roll?" I'm like, "Nah, I'm gonna stay." I think it was Call of Duty Black Ops 1. I said, "I'm gonna just chill and play Black Ops." Some just told me to chill at the crib and play Black Ops. Wasn't no woman involved, nothing. I just man, y'all niggas can go. I'm just gonna play Black Ops and chill. I just wanted to chill. Came back. Woo, was shooting at the club. And yeah, man, that shit was crazy. I'm like, see, that's why I ain't go. That's why I ain't go. So literally, you can't go wrong. Damn near listening to your first mind. And I ain't gonna say real. Most of us don't listen, but that day I was like, man, somebody just dropped a ballet on the freeway. Someone was like, man, don't go. And I did not go. That was the best decision I made. And I know a lot of y'all young guys like to go out. I heard it ain't like what it used to be. Personally, if I'm going out, just to give y'all some tips, I'm going out with people got something to lose. People got money. Adults, older adults. They got jobs. They got kids. They got pensions, 401ks. They got careers. They got something to lose. That's where I'm going out. And quite frankly, bars been trumping clubs. Bars, you can hear the girl. Y'all can play pool. You can have fun with your homies. You know what I'm saying? Usually older bars. It's cool. Clubs, only way you catch me at a club is somebody drag me to a party, or I'm going with a party, or it's on some upper echelon shit. I know older people, they ain't gonna be tripping. That's how I do it. But really, the bar is the truth because you ain't gotta pay to get in. And 9 times out of 10, I'm gonna tell you this: you got a better percentage getting some from a girl at the bar than getting some from a girl at the club these days. Let's call on the Subarus real now. I'm telling you that, but hey, little game, man. But just from my experience, I remember some the bars just the shit, dog. Man, fuck the bar. But I got older. But hey, thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. Check out the Detroit Pistons Talk playlist. Hit the link tree. Find me on X, Instagram, Spotify, Anchor, Cash App, Venmo, PayPal, Amazon, Kick, Twitch, the whole nine. Check out the Detroit Pistons Talk playlist. Peace.